Hey everybody. So I'm going to talk to the kids a little bit about suffixes. Okay, this is something that we needed to learn in first grade that we hadn't gotten to. So in your packet this week, you got this exact page right here, but yours is black and white. Okay, so this says a suffix is an affix that is added to the ending of a root or base word and changes its meaning. Okay, that's a lot of words for first graders, isn't it? So I wanted to just show you some examples of words that have suffixes. Okay, so there's lots of different suffixes that we can use. Some of the ones that we use as first graders a good bit, FUL is an example of one, and I'll give you some examples in just a minute. That is something that would be added, a group of letters that would be added to the end of a word, like beauty, okay? Put full at the end of beauty, you get beautiful. It's just spelled a little differently. Okay, here's the suffix, and beauty would be what we call a root word, okay? That means that was the original word. Yes, I'm outside teaching. Ethan and Ava are taking a nap. Beauty would be the root word, and FUL would be the suffix, okay? Some other ones that we may see a lot, like ED, like if you take the word paint and you add ED, it would become painted, okay? I'm going to use paint or let's say I'm gonna get some paint, okay? And my son Grant, he painted the room. So it kind of changes the meaning a little bit, right? Okay, I'm going to paint means I'm gonna do it right now. If Grant painted yesterday, that means he did it in the past, right? So we add this suffix, ED. The root word is paint. The suffix, that's something that's added to the end, a group of letters that's added to the end, changes the meaning a little bit. Not a whole lot, but it does change it a little bit, okay? Another one is EST, okay? The boy is fast. Let's use the word fast, okay? If we add this suffix, EST, to the end, he is the fastest in his class, okay? See how it changes the meaning a little bit, okay? So fast is the root word, EST is the suffix, okay? Let's look at a couple more. And then I'm gonna go over the work that you need to do with suffixes this week, okay? Should have gotten an eraser. All right, Y, just the letter Y. An example would be rain. If we add the suffix Y to the end of rain, it becomes rainy, okay? It was a rainy day yesterday, rainy. Our root word is rain, and we're just adding the suffix to the end to change a little bit, because we don't want to say it was a rain day yesterday. That doesn't make sense, does it? No. So that's why we add suffixes, to change the meaning a little bit and so it makes sense. So you've been using suffixes as long as you can talk, really, and you just didn't realize it, okay? So rain is turned into rainy. All right, let's look at a couple more. Less, okay? We use full, like for beautiful, like full of beauty, okay? Less would mean without. So like, let's use the word hope. A lot of people could use a lot of hope right now. But if you're without hope, if you're just feeling kind of down, you might be hopeless. That is your suffix, less, okay? The root word is hope, and your suffix is less, okay? This is the one that we're probably used to a lot, ing. we add ing to a lot of words to change the meaning a little bit. The examples on this paper, the one's gonna start taking my papers away, is walk. I am going to walk across the yard, okay? And if I walk across the yard, one of my kids might say, hey, Mom is walking across the yard. So ing is the suffix. It's added to the end to make it a little different. Our root word is walk, okay? All right, there's a few more. Let's see, we'll do ER. ER, it says one who does, okay? So I'm gonna use the word teach. That's something that I do. I teach. If I add ER to the end, the suffix ER, it changes it to teacher, because I am one who teaches. I am a teacher, okay? Our root word is teach. Our suffix is ER, okay? All right, so I wanted to show you your activities. I think you probably can figure out what you're supposed to do, but I just wanted to make sure. You got one of these flip, flap, fun, kind of looks like a flower, but yours is on a blue piece of construction paper. You probably have already seen it inside your packet. And Miss Margaret already glued it on and cut the little flaps. And guys, you know we've done these flap things before, where you bend these up and there's space underneath. And then you got this page, and you're gonna use these words, and you're gonna figure out what suffix each of these words has, and then you're gonna write it underneath the correct flap. So, for example, the first word is beautiful. Well, we can see that the suffix is FUL, so you're gonna find your FUL flap, you're gonna lift it up, and you're gonna write the word beautiful, okay? I'll give you a hint. There's 3 words for each of the suffixes, okay? Your other activities to do with suffixes this week are this, where you're going to write what the root word is, kind of like I did here, and then what the suffix is, okay? So Mom and Dad probably going to need to help you with this, but your sheet that I just showed you, the flip-flap, has examples of most of the suffixes that you're going to use, but there may be some extra ones in there, so get Mom and Dad to help you with that, okay? And then same thing with the next sheet, but this time it says to circle the suffix and write the root word on the line. So like the first one is hardness, N-E-S-S. We didn't talk about that one, but let me write it up here. Hardness, the word that you hear, hard, okay? So it says to circle the suffix. So what the suffix is N-E-S-S-ness, and then you'll be writing hard on the line, because that's the root word, okay? And then the last page, I wrote a note to your parents and said for you guys to just start noticing some different words that you might say in your house that have these different suffixes. And if you hear one, write it on the line, okay? If you don't get to this, no big deal, okay? I don't want you to stress, but I did want to introduce suffixes to you while you're at home, and hopefully when we get back to school in a couple of weeks, we'll do a review of suffixes and talk about these more, okay? Have a good day.